Hey, welcome back. This is Mickey from CoinOpNewYork.com, and we're doing some measurements here on this 1938 Roll A Ball Skeeball machine made by Square Amusements in Poughkeepsie, New York. And this wooden part here is the part that goes behind the play board on the skee ball. You know, there's holes. There's a board that goes over this, and we'll do a video on that later with holes, and then the ball drops through the hole and goes down here and then onto the there's a wooden board that it goes on. It's got a rail on it with switches on it, and we already did a video on that. So what we're doing is some videos on this thing so you can get an idea of what this thing looks like. And this area up here is where the ball goes in. This is where the barrel rotates in this little area here. You can see how it's sort of cut out, and the barrel sort of rotates around in here, and then when the ball goes in the barrel, it drops it down here. You can see it goes down, and then it comes out over here, and there is a switch here. You see the switch? So there you go. All right, so let's we did some measurements here. This board from the edge here all the way down to the end there. Okay. That's 24.5 inches long. Okay, this board, as far as how thick it is 2 inches. There's a board that attached to the top of it is a 1/2 inch thick. All right, so you get the measurements there. We'll have to get you a measurement of this board. Let me get my tape measure here. Hold on a second. 1 second here. I'll get the tape measure. I forgot to get this one measurement for you. So let's put this up here and get the thickness of this board here. We'll go ahead and focus. Okay. Alright, so it's about it's a couple 16ths. Oh, wait a second. Let's get it lined up there. It's a little bit over 3/4 of an inch. You can see there's you can see right there there's 1/8 of an inch. That's how thick that is. So that's the thickness of that board. Let's go over these slats here. Okay, as you can see, let me focus. There's some slats here, and each one gets progressively taller. You see how that gets taller here? Okay. Well, they're all these boards are where they're cut here before they go up. They're all 2 1/4 inch tall. Okay, but what happens is this one happens to be smaller. You see down here it's 1 1/4, and then it tapers up to 2 1/16 inch. Okay, and then going down the line here, this one's 2 1/4, and then you can see the slat that goes up, how it's a little taller. That's 3 3/8. Next one is 5 1/8. You can see it goes up higher from down below up. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Excuse me. Anyways, that is 5 1/8. Remember, down here they're all 2 1/4. The next one from the ground up is 6 1/4 inch, and then the next one is 7 3/4 here. So you can sort of see how that goes up right there. Each one of those boards go up. Let's see if we got some other measurements here that we had. The distance between the boards. Let's see here. Let's see if I wrote this one down. Well, we can get a quick measurement. So let's just go ahead and do it. Get my tape measure out here. The distance between the boards is, well, if you start right on the edge of the board and go to where the next board starts, Hold on a second. 2.5, 2 3/4, just a little bit over 2 3/4. Now I know that these boards here are 10 inches long. Okay, these boards, I measured them all. They get slotted in here. You can see they get slotted in these slats here that are cut out right here. You see that? So those are all these boards here are all 10 inches long, and you can sort of see that. You can sort of see underneath how they cut the slats all the way in. You see that? All those slats. Okay, the length of this board here, is 10.5. So from here all the way down to here is 10.5. That's the bottom board, the base that this sits on. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and set this back up. The length of this board on the back of here, from the base up to here, is 17 1/4 inches. Okay, and basically the same is on the other side. You can sort of see it's the exact replicate how it's replicated on the other side, right? Everything's the same. The only difference is you got the motor bell apparatus with the 2-prong plug on this side. Probably one of the more important measurements is going to be the distance, because this is where the barrel in this machine turns. So you're going to want to have a good measurement. Hold on one second. Let me get my tape up here. Four inches. So your gap between here is 4 inches. Obviously the board, let me get a measurement of this board here. I think it's a 1/2 inch. Yeah, it's a 1/2 inch board. So these boards are 1/2 inch wide here. Okay. So, and then we got the 4 inches in between where the barrel can twirl. So there you go. This is the ball trough area. And that's something that my buddy's going to try and make. As you can see, on this one right here, there is a switch. So when the ball gets dropped down by the barrel in this area, it comes down and hits the switch. And what happens is that causes the bell to ring. Okay, so there we go. Let's focus in so you can get a good view of this. I'm going to attempt to make this. This is probably going to be the hardest part of the machine to make. I'm sort of going slow here so you can get a view when you're trying to make this. Let's turn it over here. You can sort of see the bottom, how it's wired. There's switches right here, and it's wired up into here to this motor. And then there's also a little 2-prong plug that plugs into the power board, so you can get power. So there you go. I hope this really helps you when you're measuring and cutting the wood for your machine. A lot of measuring on this, and I hope this helps. Alright, this is Mickey from CoinOpNewYork.com. Thanks for watching my videos. Stay tuned for more vintage coin-op videos and measurements of this 1938 roll-a-ball.